Ever wondered what it's like to be the most powerful woman in your country? Or 100 most influential women in the world? Sheikha Moza of Qatar knows. She's living a life that's part fairy tale, part power play, and you're about to spill all the tea as you learn more about her story. Let's talk about Sheikha Moza. She's not just a queen, she's a game changer in Qatar that is a small yet incredibly wealthy nation on the Arabian Peninsula. But here's where her story is gripping, as her journey to the top wasn't all glitz and glamour. Can you imagine going from a tough childhood of exile to becoming one of the world's most influential women? Now imagine sharing your husband with 2 other wives yet becoming more popular and influential than him. Now that's what we call a plot twist. Moza's story is about to challenge everything you think you know about power and royalty in the Middle East. Get ready, because this tale of rags to riches is going to blow your mind. Who says fairy tales are just for storybooks? So how did she get from exile to excellence? Born in 1959 in Al Khor, Qatar, she grew up in a family that valued progress and intelligence. Her father wasn't just any businessman, he was a prominent opposition leader who dared to challenge the status quo. In the early 1960s, when Moza was just a child, her father made a bold move as he publicly called for a more equal distribution of wealth among Qatar's population. It was a brave stance, but it came at a heavy price. The government didn't take kindly to his words, and he was promptly arrested. At a young age, Moza experienced the harsh reality of political turmoil when her father was imprisoned. This wasn't just a family crisis, it led to their exile in Kuwait. Talk about a tough start. So, how did she get from exile to excellence? Growing up in exile could have broken Moza's spirit. Not our Moza, she was a fighter from the start. These challenges shaped her into the powerhouse she is today. Years later, when the political climate changed, Moza returned to Qatar. At 18, she dove headfirst into education, choosing to study sociology at Qatar University. This wasn't just about getting a degree, it was about understanding the very fabric of her society. But Moza didn't stop there. She went on to earn multiple degrees, including a master's in public policy from Hamad bin Khalifa University. And as if that wasn't impressive enough, she now holds several honorary doctorates from prestigious institutions around the world, such as Virginia Commonwealth University and Imperial College London. Talk about an overachiever. Now you might be wondering, why all this focus on education? Well, Moza had a secret weapon: wisdom from her father. She once said, "My father taught me not only to respect Muslim traditions, but also to constantly learn and develop." This belief became the driving force behind her lifelong commitment to education and social progress. And she didn't keep this passion to herself. Moza went on to establish the Qatar Foundation for Education, Science and Community Development. This wasn't just another charity, it was a game changer in Qatar's educational landscape. But Moza's influence doesn't stop at Qatar's borders. She's taken her mission global as a UNESCO Special Envoy for basic and higher education. In this role, she's worked tirelessly on initiatives to provide education for marginalised children around the world, suggesting education above all. Moza has helped over 10 million disadvantaged children gain access to education. That's not just a number. That's 10 million lives changed forever. Can you imagine going from a prisoner's daughter to a global education champion? That's incredible resilience. Sheikha Moza's journey to becoming Qatar's most recognisable royal is as fascinating as it is unexpected. When she married Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Thani, she became his second wife in a society where polygamy is accepted. Unlike the wives of most Middle Eastern rulers or even her co-wives, Moza refused to be confined to the palace. Instead, she stepped into the spotlight and became the face of Qatar's global expansion, appearing alongside the Emir as his only wife in public events. It was a strategic move, presenting Qatar as a more liberal and progressive nation to Western partners. But don't be fooled, this wasn't just about image. Moza was always smart and cunning. She managed to take a leading position among the 3 wives, using her ambition and intelligence to become the most powerful woman in Qatar. She's not just a figurehead, she's a force to be reckoned with. Now you might be wondering, how did Sheikha Moza manage to become so influential? And what's the secret behind her immense popularity? Well, it's a combination of intelligence, ambition, and strategic thinking that would impress even the most seasoned politicians. Firstly, her commitment to education wasn't just personal. It became a cornerstone of her public work. From becoming the chairperson for educational organisations and voice for the underdogs, to funding the Sidra Medical and Research Hospital in Doha with her own personal money of $7.9 billion, you can see her commitment is heartfelt. It's this kind of personal investment in Qatar's future that has earned her the respect and admiration of her people. Secondly, her most impressive achievement is how she's managed to navigate the complex world of Middle Eastern politics. Political analysts suggest that Sheikha Moza has created a de facto matriarchy in Qatar's traditionally patriarchal society. Can you imagine a woman wielding such influence in a region known for its male-dominated power structures? It's like she's rewriting the rulebook on royal influence. In a region where women are often sidelined, Moza has become a key player in shaping Qatar's political, social, and foreign relations. She's been instrumental in Qatar's global outreach and image rebranding. Some even go as far as to call her the actual ruler of Qatar. While that might be an exaggeration, there's no denying that Moza's influence extends far beyond what's typical for a royal consort. Thirdly, she's become a symbol of modernity for Middle Eastern women and champion for equal rights. Her public presence, her initiatives, even her fashion choices are pushing boundaries and challenging norms. Speaking of fashion, have you seen Moza's style? She's turned heads and raised eyebrows with her elegant yet contemporary take on traditional dress. Her outfits always match the trademark elegant turban she uses to wrap her hair as an alternative to the hijab. It's like she's saying, yes, I respect our culture, but I'm not afraid to put my own spin on it. And people are taking notice, not just in Qatar, but around the world. Did you know her net worth is $15 billion? And she recently bought Valentino in 2012 and the London department store Harrods in 2010. Of course, not everyone's a fan. Moza's high-profile role has ruffled some feathers. Some traditionalists think she's too modern, too Western. But you know what they say, you can't make an omelette without breaking a few eggs. And Moza, she's cooking up a whole new recipe for what it means to be a royal in the 21st century. Critics argue that Moza's prominent role flies in the face of Qatar's cultural norms about women's place in society. It's a classic case of tradition butting heads with progress, and Moza's right in the middle of it all. And finally, what is the price of power she has to pay? Sheikha Moza's rise to power hasn't been without its challenges and controversies. The criticism she faces for her public role is massive. Moza's fashion choices have also been a source of controversy. Critics point out the stark contrast between her glamorous, stylish designer outfits and the harsh reality faced by many Qatari women who are battling poverty daily. Her every move, every word, every outfit is scrutinised. And for a woman who grew up in exile, this level of attention must be both empowering and exhausting. So, why is Sheikha Moza more popular than the Sheikh? The answer lies in her unique ability to bridge worlds. She's a traditionalist who pushes for progress, a royal who champions education for all, a fashion icon who respects cultural norms. In a region often misunderstood by the West, Moza has become a relatable, admirable figure. Is she perfect? No. Are there valid criticisms of her and her role? Absolutely. But there's no denying the impact she's had and the barriers she's broken. What do you think about Sheikha Moza's influence in Qatar? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.